think back just a few years ago, 2004, a couple of kids at Harvard were putting together a dating site so people could see each other's pictures, and now Facebook has 400 million users and is worth well into tens of billions of dollars. It is remarkable how predictable this exponential rise of information technology is. Singularity is here. I've got this graph, and we just extended it to 2008. It goes back to the 1890 census, the first census to be automated. Very smooth exponential growth of the price performance of computing. And it's not just Moore's law, because this started decades before Gordon Moore was even born. When one paradigm runs out of steam, they were shrinking vacuum tubes, and finally that hit a wall. It creates pressure for the next paradigm, and transistors came along, and then integrated circuits in Moore's law. So it's a very smooth progression through 2 world wars, the Great Depression, the Cold War, and so on. None of this has any effect. It's very predictable. And predictions I've made 25 years ago about the recent past have been tracked very accurately, particularly if you talk about these fundamental measures of information technology. And it affects not just computing, but brain scanning and genetic sequencing is doubled every year, and costs come down by half every year, and so on. Exponential growth is very powerful, and it's very different than our intuition. Our intuition about the future is that it's linear. So I have these debates all the time. If you take 30 steps linearly, you get to 30. If you take 30 steps exponentially, 2, 4, 8, 16, you get to 1 billion. And that's not just an idle prediction about the future. I mean, when I was a student at MIT, we all shared a computer, half the building cost tens of millions of dollars. This is 1 million times cheaper and 1,000 times more powerful. It's a billion-fold increase in the amount of computation you get per dollar since I was a student, and we'll do it again in 25 years.
But if you...
Just to finish the thought, we'll have computers that can simulate the entire human brain. It's a complicated discussion how we get to that, but by 2020, that amount of computation will cost $1,000. Another exponential progression is understanding the human brain. We can already simulate substantial slices of the cerebral cortex where we do our hierarchical thinking. And by the late 2020s, we will have models and simulations of the entire human brain. We'll understand its principles of operation. We can create computers that really match you in intelligence in every area, but it's not going to be an intelligent invasion from Mars to displace us. We're going to use these devices, we're going to put them inside our bodies and brains, which has already started, to make ourselves smarter. I mean, that is what's unique about the human species. We've extended our reach ever since we picked up a stick to reach a higher branch. I mean, this thing on my belt makes me smarter. And it's not yet in my body and brain, but that's